My name is Bob Fox, and this is my wife, Connie. We've been married for 38 years. We've been fortunate enough to living here in Western North Carolina since 2011. This is the second home that we've built here in the mountains, and we absolutely love the mountains. It's really something that we were unexpected to stumble upon here while my son was looking for a college, but it's really turned out to be a real paradise. Real glad we're here. We lived in Florida for some 30 years, and we were able to, fortunate enough to build several homes down in Florida, but none with the experience that we've had here with Buchanan Homes. And one of the things that first drew us to Buchanan Homes were not only the write-ups that we saw in magazines and papers and word of mouth that we heard from people about Buchanan, but the fact that when we got into their office for the first time, meeting Rick and his team really made us feel comfortable and at home with
our
feeling,
choice.
yeah, and narrowing it down to this is the people that we want to build our new home with. And it was really a great experience. And believe it or not, building this size home in 11 months was totally unexpected. But a lot of that has to do with Rick and the team that he's developed. Most builders rely upon outside vendors to make that home experience happen, but it never really comes to fruition the way that it did with Rick and his team. And part of that is due to the fact that he has a lot of his own internal people, his carpenters, that do most of the work in the home. Where with our other experiences, all the other builders, they just relied upon whether or not their vendors or their subs were going to show up, and the constant excuses from these other builders was that, where with Buchanan Homes, we never had that. If they said that the electricians were going to be here on Monday, they were there on Monday. But the best part about it was all the internal people that they have, they don't have to rely upon external help. Rick was the only builder in all the years, in the 7 homes that we've built, to have a team that was capable of really building the entire home internally and not relying upon external.
Since we purchased this property and we liked the area of acreage and space between the homes and the trees and just the farm feeling, we said that that's kind of a home that we wanted to build to Rick. And he goes, you know what, I've been thinking of something like that. And he showed us on the computer, and we were like, well, that's really nice. So we worked with him and an architect that he suggested, and we put a few little tweaks to the plan.
And another one of the things that Buchanan Homes that separates himself from other builders is that, like I said earlier, about that they have their own internal, basically builders. Their design team put together our entire thoughts and built every room up to our expectations, from the open floor plan to the fact that even though we have these large beams that you can see a little bit here that seem a little bit large, but they make the entire room separate but still part of the entire main living area. And I was just hard for me to envision it, but Rick, again, what he said came to fruition, and everything just fell into place, and we couldn't be happy with the way everything wound up coming together.
Favorite feature? I don't have just one. I have many, actually. From the master bathroom to the beautiful fireplace, to my lovely kitchen that I enjoy cooking in all the time. Even the outside patio. I enjoy together everything about it.
I mean, even the way the office and the barn door that Rick's team came up with here, we never thought of it, but to have that barn door effect on there and making the office again, it's still part of the living area, but they were able to separate it when it needs to be separated. And the kitchen is just a great gathering place with the size of the island. And we told everybody from the beginning we wanted a nice large kitchen island. Well, who would have thought that they were able to put together something to that size and
Yes.
still be, right, to be homey for us when
Exactly.
it's just us two, but to also
Accommodate
incorporate
when we have friends
when we
and
have,
family
you know,
over.
8, 10, 15 people here. It's so versatile in every way.
And enjoyable and fun.
Exactly.
And-
Exactly.
When we purchased this property, we didn't know who we were gonna build with. And between the closing attorney and the realtor, we asked for some suggestions, and they gave us like 4 or 5 names. And I did my research on the internet, and Rick Buchanan's company just really struck me. It just really hit home.
It stood out more than the
Exactly.
others.
And it was like, just the testimonials that, you know, other people had given, the types of homes that he had built, more like a family type of, you know,
Organization, company.
Exactly. So that's why we chose Buchanan, and we're glad we did.
Oh my God,
Because
yes.
he totally read our mind as to what we wanted.
Yep, absolutely.
And we had an open communication, the whole building process,
Always.
and we were real happy.
And there were very few issues that arose at any time, but once anything did that I was concerned about during the building process, I was more around here than Connie was. But
they
Rick,
addressed
Rick, or Collier were there. I mean, and none of this. It goes to voicemail. They got back to you. Your phone call wasn't answered 2 or 3 days later. It was the same day, if
That was
not first thing in the
reassuring.
morning. You know,
That was
right?
very reassuring.
And it wasn't just phonied up from, you know, the beginning. You know, "Oh, we promised you this." It had happened. It was something that through the entire process. And again, this size house in 11 months, that's unheard of. And like I said, we've built 7 homes from scratch and dealt with many big and small builders, and never had things come to this in 11 months to have an entire home built and completed. It was a total great experience, and I'd do it again.
What I really like about the outdoor living space is that it extends our indoor living experience. When we have friends and family over, we can, you know, open our screen door and we can just continue our party outside, and we barbecue, we sit out and enjoy nature and the fireplace, and we
Even the Mr. Ed door that you wanted, which is
Yes.
a Dutch door, which I
Comes in
didn't
handy
understand.
when I'm handing you what
but
to cook on the barbecue,
I
yes.
mean, they actually picked the perfect spot for that to be, and that's our Mr. Ed door. But it's really helps us continue bringing the inside to the outside so simply.
Yes, and the setting is beautiful. We enjoy it, you know. So we're real happy that we have that outside living area to enjoy this
And
just
the
beautiful acreage that we have.
and the way that they made it, incorporated it into the entire the style of the home, right to the outside. So it was perfect.
So what I like about my butler's pantry is I always wanted one, and I got my inspiration from the internet and all those websites that you look on and you gather and you put together in your scrapbook and hope that, you know, it all comes together, and Rick certainly did. Even after our plans were made,
We were almost ready to start breaking ground.
exactly, and then he made it happen, and it's the perfect spot. It's right off the kitchen. It's storage. I can also cook in there. We have it as our coffee morning bar.
And then we also have all of our beautiful china
On
and
display,
all of our
so-
crystal, everything.
And it's nice to have a window where I could look out the front yard.
Yes.
So I can see, what's going on, watch the birds.
And
Well,
that beautiful screen door that they were able to put up that you wanted, so you can almost see into it, but you really can't. It almost makes it look like, well, what's in there? And it draws you to the room.
Right, exactly.
It's just, it just,
Everything came together perfect.
it really did. But the best part about it was the fact that we almost forgot about it, and Rick and his team were able to make it
Yep.
happen, even though
Just the way that we
plans were
wanted
already
it to.
drawn. And right, exactly right. It's perfect. And one of the biggest things that if you're looking to build a home in Western North Carolina, don't forget about Rick Buchanan Homes, because they truly have made our dreams come true with our home from start to finish.
The whole building process,
and it was-
really.
there was-
Honesty and integrity and, caring about what the homeowner wanted and caring about what he was providing us between the building experience to the finished product. It was very well put together, and we were very happy.
and still are. And don't forget about Rick Buchanan, because they truly are a quality home builder.